Hey folks, Michael Collins again from EnviroReporter.com on July 7th, 2011. Here we have a car mat. It's from the front of my car. And we're going to see if I've tracked in radioactive fallout onto this particular mat. We've just taken an interior averaging and we came up with an interior average of 39.6 counts per minute. So we're going to do a 10-minute total and divide by 10, and we'll see if it exceeds 39.6 counts per minute. So just looking around on this thing, we have 30. It's kind of hard to tell. You really have to do these averages. They give you a very good idea of what's going on. And it looks like we're going to do one in here. So let's set that up. Let's turn the machine off. Let's turn it to timer. Let's turn it back on. She's calibrated. 10-minute averaging. Down she goes. Off she goes. Why is this significant? Well, as you'll see in our upcoming extensive coverage on fallout in America, the media and the government has downplayed the amount of fallout in this country. Now we know from looking at EnviroReporter.com's radiation station that there are a number of viewers, so-called raddies, that come to the station that have experienced much higher radiation than the government or the media would lead you to believe. We're part of the media, we're part of new media. And we've worked in old media and in alternative media. And I've judged media. 5 years I was the chief judge of the Los Angeles Press Club, judging other press clubs' journalism contests. So we know something about media. And what we've heard are things along the lines of, oh well, if you eat that kilo of spinach that has all that radiation in it, it's just like taking a plane flight from LA to Baltimore. Well, that doesn't really make sense, because the radiation that you get in a plane flying pre-Fukushima is gamma radiation coming from the stars and the sun. It goes through you. The kind of radiation that we test for here and that comes in fallout from Fukushima and the 3 melted reactors in the process of a melt through, breaching the containment system entirely, is radiation that comes in the form of alpha and beta particulates. These are actual physical radiating entities. So that's what we're checking for here. Am I tracking into my vehicle from just walking around like any normal person in the Los Angeles area? Am I tracking radioactivity into my vehicle and it depositing itself on this mat? Now what we're doing is we're testing just one spot on this mat. And then we're going to compare it to what the background is in here. We know what the background is in here. So if we have anything over, then we'll just see how much over. Now, as you've heard from me in previous videos, the Department of Energy, which is in charge of America's federally funded nuclear program, runs laboratories like Los Alamos and Lawrence Livermore in coordination and oversight with other entities like UC California at Berkeley. These folks and the Environmental Protection Agency have a standard rule of thumb when it comes to radiation, which is if you have anything double background, pay attention. If you get to triple background, oh, you better really pay attention. You better find out where that source of radiation is, because it's likely to be unnatural, or possibly a rare solar flaring occurrence. As we know from our friend Porter Blog in St. Louis, he's measured radiation twice at 62 times background. He's measured it once at 32 times background, just off the rain off his truck. Now, where does that radiation go when the rain evaporates? Does it go up into the air with the rain? No, it doesn't. It stays deposited on the ground. And so while your government is saying we don't need any special testing of your food and water for Fukushima meltdown related radiation, for months now, you won't get an idea from the government until August, you're basically left with nothing. And when you think about it, in the St. Louis area, 62 times background, that's in America's heartland. In the Midwest, we grow a lot of our food. Our food's watered by rain. Rain is the mechanism for this fallout to come down. Rain and snow, sleet, mist, and fog. So, what we're doing here is showing everyday examples of here in Los Angeles, which has not been impacted by this radiation as much as the rest of the country, because the jet stream, which carries the radiation across the Pacific in a sine wave looking sort of pattern, has been going north of us. So Northern California has been getting the brunt of this. Now I can see on this battery that my camera battery is about to go out, so if it goes out, I'm going to quickly reinsert batteries, and we'll get back on this 10-minute averaging here. Now we have some specific advice in regards to this kind of casual radiation that you may be tromping around, tromping into your car, tromping out of your car, and tromping into your house where you may have children crawling around or pets. And simply, it's this. Take a cue from the Japanese. When you come home, take your shoes and leave them on the outside step and step into your home, or have a place in your home right by the front door, the special container, a special pad, and put your shoes there. That way, whatever residual radiation, whatever radiation's coming down anywhere in this country that you can't tell, you're not walking around with the nuclear radiation monitor looking. Any radiation that you can't tell is there. You don't have to worry about it because you've taken your shoes off. Now, your kids aren't going to like this. America is not a shoes off, walk in the house kind of society. But the United States has never been downwind of 3 active meltdowns before, and you better start thinking for yourself, because the government's not going to do the thinking for you. And when most of media is oblivious to this silent threat, one you can't see, you can't smell it, you can't taste it, can't feel it, when the media doesn't know what the story is, then you have to sit up and pay attention to the few sources around that you can trust, and we hope we're one of them. So I'm going to zip it and let you hear the detector continue to detect. We're coming up not too far from here to background. This is being tested inside, so we're using an interior background to measure against. It doesn't matter if we measure outside or inside. You take the appropriate background and you subtract it from the total you get, and then figure out, are you over background? So I'll just let this continue, and if we run out of battery, we'll just pick it up once the batteries are back in. So the battery's still going. We've got 488 counts per minute, which is over background, which is 396 counts over a 10-minute period. Let's just see how much over it is. We'll take 488 minus 396 equals 92 counts over in the 10-minute period. Divide that by 396 and we get 23% over background. So this car mat is reading 23% above normal, meaning there is radioactive particulates in this mat that could have come from fallout from Fukushima. To read more about this issue, come to www.enviroreporter.com and check out Radiation Station. Michael Collins signing off. Thank you.